What it is, what it do, cyber world, it is your girl, the one and only Ash Said It, ashsaidit.com, ashsaidit.com. Welcome back to the Ash Said It Daily podcast show. We appreciate all the love and support, you guys. Yes, we're on the brink of 500,000 streams worldwide. Go download, go share, go get caught up on the latest episodes. Yeah, seeing that coming through. Today, we are joined by founder and CEO of T'lish Dressings and Marinades, the beautiful Miss Tiff. Hey, Tiff.
Hey, how are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
I'm good. I'm good. Just in the middle of the holiday rush. But
I'd imagine, yeah, this is a big time. Big time. All right, so let our audience know, where are you from? Where do you represent?
I am from the great state of Alabama. I'm actually from Florida, but I live in Alabama. I've been here for over 20 years, and I actually live really close to Auburn University in a little town called Opelika.
Ooh, Opelika, yes. I was at school in Columbus, so Opelika was right there. We were always going back and forth.
Yeah, 20 minutes away.
Yes.
We're right there. Exactly.
Small world. Look at that. I love it. All right, so as a child, what were your childhood aspirations? What did you want to be?
Oh, gosh. I just knew I wanted to work for myself. It's one of those things. I just knew. I've been creative since I've been a little girl. When everyone else had toys, I had arts and crafts boxes, and I've always been a creator since I've been little. And so, for me, I think tapping into that creative juice is what made me tick from the time I was probably 3 or 4 years old.
Wow, that is awesome. And how did that evolve as you got older?
Well, what's funny, Ash, is I got to college and I was meeting all these girls the first day. And I said, I'm so and so, and I'm from this town and whatever. And I said, I'm Tiffany, and I'm here to get my MRS degree. Which, if you knew me, I mean, it's a joke. I just want to get married and have children and cook and clean. And I'm the very one that hasn't done anything but that. And you know what? It's kind of how life is just funny, right?
Yeah.
And so, but the very thing I love to do is entertain and cook for others, and that's why I said I just wanted to be a wife. So I was able to use the very gift that God gave me and my very passion. That's kind of how I started my business, because it's really all food related for me. So it went from my kitchen into several thousand stores.
Yes. Now let's talk about that. I want to talk about these dressings, these groundbreaking dressings that all your family members and friends and everybody on the block was just so enamored by. What started you off making your own dressings?
Well, I gave them as Christmas gifts to all my friends and neighbors, and there was no really, for the first product, there was no technical name. It was just stuff in a jar. And people would stuff their mason jars back in my mailbox and say, hey, make me more of that stuff that you gave me at Christmas. And so my husband owned a real estate company when the market crashed in 2009. 2010 rolled around, and I mean, Ash, we were struggling. I mean, we could barely keep it afloat. And like I said, I don't work well like a corporate job, so I was like, how can I make money? And so I worked 4 jobettes, is what I like to say, but one of them was literally making my dressing and selling it to friends and family. I sent an email out and said, look, from now on, I'll make it for you, but I'm going to charge you $7 a jar. And then I started selling it in my neighbor's clothing store, of all places, which is weird. Wow. But about 3 or 4 months in, I was selling 800, 900 jars a month that I was making. So it just kind of evolved from there.
And what was one of the first challenges that you saw as things were growing with the business? And, this was somewhat, you'd taken it from a hobby, a fun time, something that you enjoyed doing, to now, wow, I actually need to start to take this a little bit more serious.
Right. I was like, what's your business plan? And I was like, I don't have one. I mean, like, I'm a fly by the seat of my pants kind of girl, just being honest. Yeah. And so I had to teach myself everything from scratch, from finding packers to getting insurance to getting trademarks to getting the necessary legal assistance and then evolving into grocery stores. And, if I could do it again, would I do it differently? Probably. But I don't believe in mistakes, and you and I have talked about that before. I think life throws you curveballs, and it's what you do with them. It's how it defines you. And I always say to my kids, one thing I want you to do in life is fail. And then it's what you're going to do with that failure that's going to define you, because everyone enjoys success, right?
Yeah.
So I think, it was challenging because I had never dreamt or had written this part of my story that this is what I would do. But I knew if I was going to do it, I was going to do it with everything I had. I was going to put all my passion and all my love into it. So that's what I did.
Awesome sauce. All right, you guys, we're going to take a brief break. When we come back, we're going to talk about this very unique name, T'lish, and where it came from, and even more about this amazing, phenomenal brand. Stay tuned, you guys. Wouldn't it be great if there was a place to discover awesome discounts on gently used clothes? There is. Swap.com, the world's largest online consignment and thrift store. Over 14 million tons of textiles are wasted each year. Shopping secondhand Swap.com helps prevent textile waste from polluting the environment. With Swap.com, you can save up to 90% off retail price of your favorite brands like Lululemon, Carter's, Nike, J.Crew, and Gap. Between 6,000 to 10,000 new items are added daily. If something doesn't fit, enjoy hassle-free returns within 30 days, no questions asked. So what are you waiting for? Shop swap.com and use the promo code AshDaily40 for your 40% off today. Welcome back, you guys. We're chilling out here with Tiff, founder and CEO of T'lish Dressings and Marinades. Hey, what's up, Tiff?
Not much.
Yes. All right, so Tiff, let's talk about T'lish. Where did the name come from? Out of all the names that I'm sure were flung your way, why T'lish?
Right. My dad, and he's such a big part of my story and who I am, and so much of my entrepreneurial spirit comes from him. I think it's one of those things, if you're an entrepreneur, it's just in your DNA, and it's going to burn you until you do something with it. And it's one of those things that you can't just tuck it away and never try to visit that. So my dad, I was trying to think of names, and I said, okay, I'm going to call it T'lish, but it was too common. I couldn't trademark it. And he said, what about T'lish? Because my name was Tiffany. And it's funny, I've never liked my name. And it was the very thing that gave me my brand name. So, yeah, just my dad actually is the one that named it.
Oh, cool. All right. So what would you say has been one of your proudest moments with this brand?
Honestly, one of my proudest moments has been teaching my kids what it is to work and to work hard, and for them to honestly see that nothing good comes easy. I think we live in a society where we look at social media and we look at things and we think that instant success is truly the fabric of some people, and that they don't struggle and they don't go through hard times. And I think that's such a sad. It's just not reality, right,
Yeah.
Ash? I mean, it's not been being featured in magazines or being picked by Southern Living as a food award. It really, for me, is passing on to future generation the witness of you got to work hard, and sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. And so for me, it's been interesting to see the dynamic of my kids, who they have a strong work ethic, and I think a lot of that is due in part to watching me from the time they were just little kids. So for me, that's my proudest moment, right? I don't know if that's what you're looking for, but
that's perfect. Unfortunately, we live in a society where it's very much like a microwave mentality of, we just want something just quick, and we want big success. But quick success does not mean longevity. And unfortunately, there's so many young people today that have this mindset of, I want to be an Instagram star, but okay, the Instagram star 20 years down the line, are you going to still be able to be getting those checks, doing craziness on Instagram in 30 years? So I definitely, I commend you on that one. That's a huge one. That was really good.
Yeah, and I think that, the reality is, too, we look at people and we don't know the backstory, right? And I believe every brand, every company, every person has a story, and you and I share this in common.
Yeah.
That story is meant to be shared.
Yeah.
I mean, it's meant the good and the bad, right? I mean, that's how we encourage one another. And I think it's so easy for kids now or younger generations to look around and say, well, I want what they have. Well, do you really? My dad always said, if we all throw our problems in a circle, I'll guarantee you pull yours back out. So
I definitely
I've
agree
always
with
gone
that.
with them.
Yeah, I mean it's one of those things. They said, "Hey, you ever want to hear God laugh? Tell him about your plans. Tell him about things that you have."
Hey, that's what I did. That's what I did.
It is amazing. All right, Tim. But last but certainly not least, what advice would you offer to any person today that sees what you've done with your brand, and they want to do something also in the food industry?
Oh, I'd say be careful. The food industry is a tough industry because it is all about volume and it takes a lot of capital. So find a niche, find a be a solution. Let me say that. We're so into food trends now, and the consumer is so much savvier than when I grew up, and there's so many more grocery stores. You really got to think this through, but be a problem solver. What can you solve for people? How do you solve problems? So I always say that if you've got something you want to sell, that's great. It may be wonderful. It may be the best thing ever, but are you solving someone's problem? And can you convey that message, right?
Yeah.
So, and I'd say be careful too. Don't give everybody your dream, because there's gonna be a lot of people out there that are gonna be negative naysayers, and to keep you from really following your heart. And I'll be honest with you, Ash, I stopped following my heart about 3 years ago. I grew really big, really quick, and I had to get investors. And at that moment, I stopped following my heart. And when you stop following your heart, the passion leaves. You have to be really careful to really stay close to that passion and let it really drive you.
Let your passion drive you. I love it. Tiff, thank you so much for dropping through the show today for us.
I love it. I love talking to you.
Thank you so much. In case anyone wants to get in contact with you, what's the best way to reach you?
Oh, gosh. Throw me an email. Tiffany, Tiffany, at TLish.com.
Loving it. And thank you guys for downloading the show so much. It means the world to me. 2018 is going to be an even bigger, better year. Lots of surprises, lots of stuff going on next year. 2018, stay tuned to all the social platforms. Keep in mind, anyone to tell you that you can't do what you want to do, you look them square in the face and tell them, don't believe me, just watch. Watch what I do.
That's right.
Watch me make it happen. Watch me make history. That's what we're here for. We're here for the history books. All right, social media is cool, but real life is so much better. Until next time, you guys.